Hello drama lovers, welcome back to my channel. One sentence, one moment of anger, and suddenly, everything Dylan Wang and Bailu built in silence shattered in front of the world. When Dylan finally said, "I can make my own decisions," no one expected the emotional earthquake that followed. Within hours, the clip went viral. Fans were divided. Hearts were broken. And one question echoed everywhere. Was he finally being brave? Or did he just lose everything? It didn't start as a fight. It never does. That night, the atmosphere was heavy, the kind of silence that feels louder than shouting. Dylan Wang sat across from Bailu, his jaw tight, his eyes tired in a way fans rarely ever see on screen. This wasn't the confident CEO type role fans adore. This was a man pushed to the edge of himself. For months, maybe longer, everything had been decided for him. Schedules, scripts, public images, even emotions that were supposed to be shown, and those that weren't allowed to exist at all. And Bailu, whether she realized it or not, had become part of that pressure. Her words weren't cruel. That's what made them dangerous. You should think about the bigger picture. You know how this looks. Just be patient. Patient. That word landed like a blade. Because patience, for Dylan, had started to feel like disappearing. And in that exact second when frustration finally outweighed fear, he stood up and said the line that would change everything: "I can make my own decisions." The room froze. Bailu looked stunned, not angry, hurt. Because to her, it sounded like rejection. To him, it was survival. And before either of them could soften the moment, someone's phone was already recording. By the time Dylan walked away, the damage was done. Not just between them, but to an image fans had protected with their hearts. Within hours, clips spread across TikTok, X, Weibo, and fan forums. Dylan Wang snaps. Bailu silenced. Power imbalance exposed. And just like that, a private emotional fracture became public property. But what fans didn't see was the silence that followed. And that silence, it hurt even more. And as the internet picked sides, something far more painful was unfolding behind closed doors. The next morning, the world woke up furious. Some fans applauded Dylan. They called it growth, independence. A man finally choosing himself in an industry that devours individuality. Edits appeared with sad piano music and captions like "Let Dylan breathe" and "He deserves control over his life." But on the other side, Bailu was being torn apart. She crossed a line. She wanted control. She underestimated him. What no one seemed to ask was this: what was Bailu protecting? Because if you looked closely past the hashtags and the outrage, her expression in that video wasn't manipulative. It was afraid. Afraid of consequences. Afraid of headlines. Afraid that one wrong step could destroy not just careers, but trust. Behind the scenes, sources whispered that the argument wasn't about ego. It was about timing. About contracts. About promises made years ago when both of them were still learning how cruel fame could be. Dylan wanted freedom now. Bailu wanted safety first. Two people. Same storm. Different shelters. And yet, neither of them spoke publicly. No apology posts. No clarification interviews. No perfectly crafted PR statements. That silence only made fans more desperate. Some said Dylan was being punished behind the scenes. Others believed Bailu was the one pressured to stay quiet. Every hour without a statement felt like confirmation of guilt, depending on which side you stood on. But what hurt most was the shift. Moments that once felt warm now felt fragile. Old interviews were rewatched with new suspicion. Smiles were analyzed. Glances slowed down frame by frame. And somewhere between fandom wars and viral clips, one truth became impossible to ignore. Words spoken in frustration don't disappear when the cameras turn off. They linger. And they demand a price. But the real fallout wasn't online. It was personal. Days later, Dylan broke his silence not with a statement, but with absence. He skipped an appearance fans had waited months for. No explanation. No reschedule. Just an empty stage and 1,000 unanswered questions. That's when the narrative shifted again. Was he regretting it? Insiders claimed Dylan had replayed that moment over and over in his head. Not the shouting. Not the anger. But Bailu's face when he said it. The way her eyes changed as if she suddenly realized she didn't know him as well as she thought. Meanwhile, Bailu returned to work like nothing happened. Professional. Calm. Controlled. But those close to her noticed it too. She laughed less. She spoke carefully. As if every word now carried weight. Because here's the truth no one wanted to admit. They were both right. And they were both hurt. Dylan wasn't wrong for wanting control over his life. Bailu wasn't wrong for fearing what freedom could cost. But timing matters. And tone matters. And sometimes, the way you say something matters more than what you say. The fandom didn't know which ending to hope for anymore. Reconciliation. Distance. Or a quiet understanding that some relationships change forever. The moment pride speaks louder than care, and just when it felt like the story had reached its emotional limit, something unexpected happened. A single line, hidden in plain sight, reignited everything. Some decisions are made alone. But their consequences are never private. Posted without names. Without context. And suddenly, everyone was watching again. This story was never about villains. It was about two people standing at different emotional crossroads, both exhausted by expectations, both afraid of losing themselves and each other. Dylan Wang didn't snap because he was arrogant. He snapped because he was human. Bailu didn't hesitate because she wanted control. She hesitated because she knew how fast love can become collateral damage in this industry. In a world that demands perfection, even honest emotions can look